sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This
will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. Oh, man. Things are just going nuts with this show. I thought I had all the technical issues figured out. Seems I don't. Oh, boy. Oh, it's not one thing, it's another. I apologize. I'm having... as I was explaining, I just noticed some of the technical issues I was having. I thought I had it all straightened out, but it seems that I don't. Oh, man, it's going to be one of those days. Yes, it is. Well, I'm back on the air. I think I just got the last of the bugs worked out of this system. I think I did. As I was talking about, I noticed I wasn't broadcasting because, well, some issues. First of all, I missed... The show was down for a little bit. It took a little hiatus. I had some technical issues, and some of them are worked out. Some of them are more pissed off now. Got me pissed off. And I was also pretty... I joke around, call it the creeping crud. I don't know what the hell it was. But it had me down for several days. I mean, it was almost a week it put me down for. When I get sick with the health problems I have, it's multiplied by the injuries and all that, and makes me feel even worse. I had talked about it earlier. Within the last week, within the firefighter community, we lost 3 great members. Tuesday, we lost FDNY Battalion Chief Michael Fay. He was Battalion Chief 17 years on the job. He was struck in the head from a house explosion. Part of the roof landed on him. I think it was this past weekend, Saturday or Sunday, we lost 2 Delaware. I think it was Wilmington, Delaware firefighters. It's a dangerous job, and they put their lives on their line. It's a tough career. And to all 3 of them, rest in peace. And to the families, a little bit of consolation. They died heroes, not the comic book. Real life heroes. My hat's off to them. Now we're going to go to a little bit, one that's got me pissed off. And let me explain my reasoning, because I know I'm going to piss a few people off with my statement. But the UN is... The UN panel says the U.S. owes black people reparations for the history of slavery. So you know what? I actually was thinking about this past weekend. And I had said, yes, let's pay black people in America reparations. Okay. For something that was done 200 years ago, even though we're the only country that went to war to end it. The UN ignores the fact that several areas, countries, in current time, still have slavery. They're going to yammer on about how we need to pay reparations. I think we already paid enough with the blood that was spilt by all different colors, creeds, ethnicities, that went to war to end slavery. But okay, we'll go with the fact, this story. But we're going to do two things. Number one, I don't care whether you were brought here, your family was brought here against their will or not. You're still here, and you still continue to live on the land of America, which was, by liberal standards, we stole from the American Indians. So therefore, we owe back taxes, or back rent to American Indians. So we're going to have to pay them back rent. All of us. White, black, everybody. I don't care if you just got here, you're still living on their land by liberal logic. And then, since we're going to pay back reparations for slavery, African descent people, Middle Eastern descent people, owe reparations to Europeans descent people. Because, and I don't care where you live, whether you're brought to America or not, if your family was from Africa or Middle East, you owe reparations to white Europeans. Because for hundreds of years, you also enslaved the white people. In fact, the only reason why that stopped was because of the downfall of those civilizations, the collapse of the countries, the governments, the ruling parties. So, all that needs to be dealt with too. Not just the blacks, everybody, because every nationality has been enslaved. Every nationality. But we're going to ignore all that, because the UN is just trying to cause more dissent in the United States, because the UN is out for not too happy of events in the United States. They're out for their own purpose. And if you look, they're pushing to become a ruling party in the world. They may not think it's a bad thing, but none of these dictators ever thought they were doing a bad thing. So it's just pissing me off. I'm tired of we're always pointing to the past. I mean, we need to learn from our past and understand our past, but to constantly dwell on the past, I'm sick of it. Because they nitpick and cherry pick and just pull little pieces of what they want to drone on about of the past. They don't go on and on about everything. They're going to nitpick and cherry pick the shit that's going to cause problem in the country. We have enough shit going on because of this administration that has failed on every level. And there's enough unrest in this country. We don't need the UN coming in and sticking its nose in and trying to stoke the fires. So, tired of this bullshit. And that's all this is. Just to try to stoke the racial fire that's already going on, that has been ignited by this current administration. This current administration does not give a shit what destruction it lays out, as long as it could further its repulsive agenda. I don't even know how to go on about this. I don't know how. It's a doozy, I'll tell you that. I'm also trying to keep an eye on the TV. There's going to be a vote coming up soon to override the veto of the 911 Saudi bill. It's funny. Obama has been talking about open borders, how we need to do all that bullshit, and Obama doesn't believe in sovereign nations when it comes to the United States. But when it comes to the Middle East, they have a right to sovereignty, immunity. But when it comes to doing something for the American people, they kind of forget about what happened in the sovereign nations. Oh, man. Starting to get a little froggy again. It's, oh my God. Pepe the Frog is listed as a hate symbol in the Anti-Defamation League. Oh, please. What isn't a hate symbol to them anymore? It's automatically, if it's something of the opposite of their opinion, it's hate. And I'm getting tired of that shit because they're doing nothing but trying to squash free speech. There's nothing hateful that's going on with this battle that's going on between Trump and Hillary. But to try to stop it, they label it hate speech, they label it racism, in the hopes of squashing free speech. They can't fight against it logically. Hillary can't fight against it logically. So all they try to do is label it racism and hate speech in the hopes of ending it, because you got a bunch of snowflakes that just, oh, it's racism. Oh, we got to stop that. I don't care that I don't look at to see why it's racism. And we're not going to look at it. It comes from a woman who, well, do you have pictures of Donald Trump kissing and hugging a KKK Grand Wizard who is a Democrat senator? Oh, and I posted that this past week. And I got called a racist for posting that picture. So a white man posting a picture of a white woman hugging a white KKK Grand Wizard makes me racist. That's how stupid these people sound. They're going to call that racist. Then they wonder when I turn around and laugh at them and say, you know what? I wear that like a badge. Because I am the furthest thing from a goddamn racist, and the only time they pull it out is when they try to silence free speech. Oh, man, it just... And then I had a bunch of liberals that were justifying KKK Grand Wizard Democrat Senator Robert Byrd. Well, he apologized for his actions, and that's perfectly okay. He apologized. During his heyday in the KKK was during the 50s and 60s. And during that time, well, was some of the... what they did to the KKK during that time. I mean, they are actively hanging black people, raping them, burning them, beating them. But he apologized. Fuck that. that does not justify his actions to say that it absolves him. That's a bunch of bullshit. And it shows the hypocrisy within the liberal system. It shows the hypocrisy of this agenda they're pushing forward because they're too stupid to look going, oh shit, we got a bunch of racists in our party and they're still there. Why do you think so many people left the party? Because they saw the bullshit that they were feeding. It's getting ridiculous with them. It's, oh my God. Looking through trending on Facebook. It's a bunch of fucking joke. It is cherry-picked. And that's that liberal mindset. They're going to cherry-pick what they want and not the truth. Because the truth would destroy them. It would destroy them, the truth does. The same as in 2010, they could not argue the jobless rate with the Tea Party. So they pointed their fingers and said, racist, racist. And that's how they stopped the Tea Party. By just screaming racist without any facts. And that's what the Democrats do all the time. And it's sickening. It's so tiresome. Oh. I'm stewing about. With the technical issues, I had to switch carriers for internet and TV. I know the TV's not anything that really care about. But I had to switch back to Comcast. And the story is, back in 2007, when I bought my house, it was Adelphia Cable Company. And I was notified that Comcast had bought them out. Now, I was excited. I had Comcast up in New Jersey, and I loved it. Since then, Comcast blew up and became even bigger. So I was like, yes. Well, the Adelphia system was very antiquated system. Comcast said, oh, we're going to upgrade. We're going to upgrade real quick. We just got to finish the transition over, and we're going to start upgrading. Well, here it is. But, is it 12 years? No. 9 years. 9 years later. And, they haven't upgraded. In fact, they've actually gone backwards. There's less high-definition channels available. No on-demand available. If I want to watch it on-demand, I got to take my laptop, plug it into my TV, log into their system, and listen to or watch the on-demand that way. Okay. If I wanted to watch internet TV, there's a lot of programs I could pay for. That would be a hell of a lot cheaper because they're sure as hell charging me out the ass for this service and only offering maybe half the services that they charge for. Which I really think some lawyers should be involved in this and start looking into Comcast for their practice. They're not charging, or they're charging full prices but not offering all their services. I mean, they don't even have Fox or CNN or MSNBC in high definition. They got a dozen or two high-definition channels. Really, the selection is shitty. And I'm really regretting that I had to switch because it's like I went back to 1990 with my TV. And I keep hearing from support of apologies and, well, we're going to upgrade. And we got a caller in. Crash, what's up?
About time you picked up the goddamn phone.
Well, it's about time you learned how to dial a phone.
What's that?
It's about time you learned how to dial a phone.
I've called your phone 4 times, and each time I keep going to voicemail after 5 rings.
Well, that's your shitty phone, not mine.
What? Dude, did you go liberal?
Oh, yeah, you're trying to blame me for your problems.
What's wrong with him? You mortal.
You mortal. Well, I was just bitching about Comcast. I had to switch back to Comcast, and holy shit, is their service crap.
All right, what's going on with them?
Oh, I got maybe a dozen or two high-definition channels. I don't even have, like, Fox News, CNN, or MSNBC in HD. I can't watch on demand on TV. I have to log into the computer and watch on demand that way. It's, I think in 1990, they offered more channels. They bought out, in 2007, they bought out a cable company that was servicing this area. And they have not upgraded any of the equipment, and they can't offer the services until they upgrade the equipment, which they have no plans on doing.
Yeah, what was it? I know Orlando was Bright House.
No, well, Comcast is pretty heavy in there, and they got all the top equipment there.
No, but Bright House got bought out. Because I remember that was shortly after I left.
Well, Bright House just got bought out again because my brother works for Bright House, and they're real big in this area in Tampa, but they're not in my neighborhood, which pisses me off because they got an excellent system, but it pisses me off. Comcast buys in, and they're trying to expand. And what I got from the technician is they're not going to spend the money because they don't have a lot of customers yet in this area. If they get more customers, they'll expand. Well, you're not going to get more customers by offering half-ass service at full price.
I got the same bullshit answer from my electric company. They're not going to upgrade the systems because there's not enough service customers out there, but there can never be more service customers because we're in a protected area. What's there is what will always be there. It can never be any more. So they just, we're not upgrading anything. So deal with power outages a couple times a year. You get heavy rain, you lose your power, we get wind. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's...
Yeah, I looked at my bill, and I pay a portion of my bill is specifically line item to maintenance. Yet, there's no maintenance. I don't see you guys out here fixing shit.
I wish. I'm thinking maybe I ought to talk to an attorney about, suing Comcast over this, because it's one thing if they don't offer a couple channels in the air. Oh, and then I just found out I was looking for the NHL Center Ice package, which gives me all the NHL games.
Yeah.
Nope. Don't even get that. They can't even offer that in my area. It's like, oh, my God. All right.
What else has been going on this morning?
Well, talked about the UN panel says that the U.S. owes black people reparations for slavery.
Motherfucker! Dude, I was reading that at 10 o'clock this morning. That's what I wanted to call in and talk about. Damn it.
But this is my... Hang on. And I know this is going to piss you off at first, but let me get through my full statement. And I talked about this already. I say, yes, we'll pay him back. We'll pay him reparations. On agreement, on two slight agreements. One, American Indians will be paid all back rent. Since liberals love to say we stole the land from them, we're going to have to pay back rent for 240 plus years. Then the UN's going to have to agree that Africans and Middle Easterns are going to have to pay reparations to any European descent person because, well, those two areas enslaved the Europeans very highly for hundreds and hundreds of years, and the only reason why it stopped happening is because of the collapse of those civilizations, not because they decided, oh, slavery's bad. So they're going to have to pay white people reparations also.
Hey, what's fair is fair.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, what I think is complete bullshit about the entire thing is, one, I'm getting sick and tired of the goddamn UN councils coming in here telling us how we need to do things, yet they're not sticking their noses up anybody else's sphincter quite as hard.
Why aren't they in Africa right now trying to end the slavery that happens? Why aren't they in Asia trying to end slavery market?
No, that's because they look, well, it's the same reason, this whole thing with women's rights and all the rest of it. Well, that's their culture. Okay, well, a couple hundred years ago, it was our culture. Why the hell should I have to pay reparations to the descendants of somebody who were not suffered by this? I mean, in all honesty, a big part of what's really pissed me off with that report, how I read it, was they keep bringing up, well, they're still disparaging the U.S. African Americans. I mean, obviously, look at where they live. Look at this. Look at that. That's a bunch of bullshit because there's white people that live in those areas too, and there's also very affluent African American people that are doing just fine. How about you pull out those fucking statistics too? It's a biased goddamn report. I am not paying reparations or apologizing for something that happened hundreds of years ago when I wasn't even freaking alive yet.
No, I agree. I agree.
Ancestors weren't even in this goddamn continent.
Yep.
Wiping out all their debt, giving them better aid for this, better aid for that. How about you get their fucking ass get a goddamn job and earn something?
Well, my question is, do we have a white college? Oh shit. Oh my god, I drew a total blank. You know what I'm talking.
I was not meaning to go on that rant, but damn, that felt good.
No, there's what? Black college scholarships. We don't have white collar scholarships, do we? Because we had white one. Oh no, that's racist. You can't.
You can't. That's racist.
Yeah, but they can have their own.
You can have a special interest group. You can have scholarships. You can have all this stuff for any protected class. Well, the irony is they keep adding protected classes, and at this point, it's essentially everything except for a white male.
Yeah.
Because even women, if you're white, you still have the woman protected class. So you still have something. There's still something. It's not quite as much, but it's something. If you're a white guy, fucking forget about it. I mean, I've even had students in my class tell me, I had one flat out. She said that she's been trying to look for work in jobs that are predominantly male-dominated because it would be easier for her to get hired due to the whole equal opportunity employment rules. Because she could play the girl card. And I flat out looked at her, I flat out said, I'll be perfectly honest with you, that crap pisses me off. If you're going to get a job based on playing that card, not by earning it, I have a problem with that. If you're going to get the job because you're the best suited for the job, I got no problem with it. I don't care what gender you identify as or what ethnicity you identify as. Best person for the job. That's what it should be.
Well, that's like you have the people. You have the people right now. Well, I'm voting for Hillary Clinton because it's about time we have a woman in office. Whoa, 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 whoa! So you're a sexist? No, I'm not. Yeah, you just said you're voting somebody solely based on their gender.
The same thing happened 8 years ago and then 4 years ago. More predominantly 8 years ago, because I remember that same phrase being thrown around. Yeah. And you had all this crap going on about, Clinton's doing the same damn thing. Obama did this whole freaking PR thing, where all these, African Americans were saying, because of Obama, I can now do this. Because of Obama, now I can do, you could do all that shit before. You just weren't motivated to do it. That's not my problem. Clinton's doing the same crap with young women. And they're saying that, did you see that? What was it? There was a TV infomercial or spot or whatever the hell it is, where it was all about the girls. It was saying, do you want this for your daughters? Do you want your daughters being brought up with this type of president? I'm sitting there, I'm like, Yeah, like, you're a freaking role model. Are you freaking kidding me?
Oh.
I'm like, no, I'd much rather than being brought up by somebody who lies, cheats, I mean, literally just leaves people to die, abandons her post. Yeah, I'd much rather that role model be there for my daughters.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way,
Get off it.
I just thought about it, and if we had a brick for every lie Hillary has told us, I think we could have built 2 walls now.
We could surround we could have walls on the north and southern borders.
Exactly, with all her lies.
We could be working on seawalls for the east and west coasts as well.
Oh, it's...
Christ.
Yeah, it's... Jeez, it pisses me off to shit. It's absolutely appalling. And it's
freaking disgusting. It's just...
Basically, UN is trying to cause more distension and more racial divide in this country by making those statements to try to destabilize us so that they can come in and take over us, because that's what they want ultimately.
Well, the thing is, I mean, look at all the stuff that the UN's been up to. I mean, look at everything that's been passed and all this crap that Obama keeps signing on to, and, you know, a lot of these bleeding heart groups keep going after. It's predominantly geared towards us and certain European nations. That's it. They're not going after other countries. I mean, this whole, you know, we're supposed to cut our carbon emissions by, like, you know, 20% or 30% in the next 15 years. We've got a lower carbon footprint than Asia does.
Yeah.
What does Asia have to cut? Why aren't they being told to cut? They're not being told to cut. They're not being forced into signing this BS crap.
No.
And guess what? None of it's. I don't give a shit what the fuck Obama says. It's not law unless Congress ratifies this. So until that happens, no, I don't care. It's nothing more than a piece of paper. If I run out of toilet paper, I'll come ask for it. Because that's about all it's worth. That's it. I got no problem with the United Nations trying to, like, you know, broker, you know, between two countries, try to act as the mediator, try to come up with common goals. But it's common. All parties are supposed to have equal footing.
Yeah.
It seems like lately, it's everybody teaming up against us. And this is just the latest. Crap that's being regurgitated out of there. And it's freaking ridiculous.
Listen, we got
my blood pressure pills.
I know exactly. It's that time. We got to take a 5-minute break. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, Red Nation Rising, YouTube speaker, and iTunes. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, at Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cow for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. We got Crash with us today. He's having fun fucking with me. Dirtbag.
Hey, I gotta do something to entertain myself.
Oh, I could do a few. All right. So I know you only got to see part of the debate. What was your take from it? What you saw?
What was my take from it? Just idiocy. I mean, honestly, let's see. I told you before, I only saw about the first, roughly 20, 30 minutes of it, something like that. It seemed one-sided with the moderator. He was not as quick to cut off Clinton when she went over her time or when she cut in on Trump. He wasn't quite as quick to try to stop her or really enforce anything with her in the beginning. With Trump, he was a little quicker to try to enforce things, but still would let it go a little bit. So I'll give him a little benefit of the doubt. But you could definitely tell that it was a bit one-sided. When it came to the questions being asked, I mean, there was plenty of stuff that I think the people actually did want to have brought up and would want to have discussed because it has massive bearing on who's going to be commander-in-chief. He never brought any of it up. And I know everybody says that, okay, the email thing, the Benghazi, well, it's old, get over it. No. It might be old, but you know what? That goes to character. I mean, that goes to, this is the type of person, I mean, it's going to, transparency is going to be, we're going to hide everything from you. I mean, come on. That's the shit that should be discussed. I mean, they're going to bring up his tax returns and his business practices. Bring up hers. The Clinton Foundation and all the rest of that. Yeah, so I felt that it was one-sided. Her shit-eating grin of, I'm going to try to play this off, but I'm really pissed, that was entertaining. That big, wide-eared, what is it you called it? You had a name for it.
Cheshire cat smile.
Yeah, I'll admit, that was entertaining to me.
Well, it's funny. They say how she got under Trump's skin and she remained perfectly calm. Bullshit. You can see when she got pissed off. Especially with that, the comment about the emails and the crowd jumped in. That pissed her off. She got that big smile, and you could see the steam coming out of her ear.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'll tell you what, his Douglas MacArthur comment, that was gold. I mean, that was the other thing. I mean, she pretty much never made eye contact. I'm actually not even sure she made eye contact once. If she was talking, he was looking at her. When he was talking, he was looking at her. That's a conversation. She was playing to the camera, as it looked like. She always wanted to have eye contact with the camera or with the moderator. So, I mean, it seemed more like it was a dog and pony show for her. And that's if she wasn't looking at the podium, which I can only assume was all of her notes, whereas it didn't seem like he really glanced down much at all. I mean, it seemed that he was more playing it off the cuff, which can work for you, but it can also work against you, too. And her pushing her fact-checking website, that was comical. That stupid, her fucking pushing her goddamn book crap and where you can buy it, I think that actually pissed me off more than anything else. It's like, hey, look.
Yeah, but come on. Trump knocked that down pretty quick. After he made his comment, she shut about her website because she started talking. You can go see my plan on how to fight ISIS at my website. And he said, yeah, Douglas MacArthur would hate the idea that you're posting, the battle plans. It's the one that got me, and I don't know why it got me so bad, was in the beginning when she denied that she had anything to do with TPP. And it just, for some reason, drove me wild. Now, she denied that she said anything remotely of that it was the gold standard. Now, I know you won't be able to hear it, but let me play this for the listeners. Let me get it queued up. I got to turn you down a little bit.
And we need to keep upping our game, both bilaterally and with partners across the region through agreements like the Trans-Pacific Partnership, or TPP. Australia is a critical partner. This TPP sets the gold standard in trade agreements This TPP sets the gold standard in
Right there it is. That is a video of her talking about it, and it sets the gold standard. She outright lied, and she was not called on it right there. She was not fact-checked by Les Holt. She said it. It's on video, and this is only one of several times that she made that comment that this is the gold standard. And she said she didn't say that statement. She lied outright there. I mean, she lied multiple times. I mean, she got nailed on.
If I remember correctly, she actually backtracked on the I didn't make that statement. She switched it to what I said was, I believe it could be. It could be. Like, it was she was hopeful for it, but it just never panned out.
Yeah, but still, she lied about the statement.
Bullshit, because that's not what she said. She was touting this. This was a good thing for everybody. I mean, she's full of it. Plain and simple.
Outright lied. And then they're trying to go after Trump for stuff. And now the videotapes are coming out about him in the Iraq war, where he was not for it. And they keep saying that he's lying about it, but they're showing tapes of him, interviews of him saying that he wasn't for it. He didn't agree with it. Hillary voted for it. Now she's trying to backtrack on it. Hillary's trying to call that Trump is the one that, wait. Someone actually posted that Hillary plugs her website on the debate, and guess what? Lots of buttons to push to make donations. They thought it was a debate, not a fundraising session. Oh, my God. I mean...
Honestly, there was a lot to be left desired in that debate.
Oh, and also...
But I didn't watch a lot of it, but from everything I read the next day and everything I've heard about it, I don't feel like I missed a damn thing. I mean, one of the things I got the biggest kick out of was just, reading the stuff the next day, and, I mean, there are numerous sources that say that she schooled Trump. She kicked his butt in that debate. The whole thing went to her. And if you want to see these sources, just go to CNN.
Yeah.
They're all there.
But the thing
is... they even did a whole fact-check thing, which is funny how sided it is to her.
Oh, yeah. I mean they have to try to protect her because
it's fucking ridiculous.
The polls are coming out. The post-debate, the polls are coming out. And guess what? She's losing more ground. The media said for, a year now, or not even now, but Trump lost all the debates in the primaries. All the online polls say he won the debates. The people kept saying he won the debates, and the quote-unquote experts, pundits, kept saying that he lost it. He lost every single one, but yet he won the primary. They're saying he lost that one, and they're trying to make it sound like, there's no coming back from it. Well, in 2012, Obama admitted he lost the first debate and came back and won the next two.
See, honestly, my take on all that is, where do most people get our information from? Most people are lazy. They get it from the mainstream media. Because that's what's shoved down your throat. That's everything that you see up front and center.
And people are kind of waking up to that nowadays.
I know that. But see, now we got a point here. So that's the way that most people have always gotten their information. Now, if you hear that this guy is losing, this guy's losing, this guy's losing, who's going to back a losing horse? They're not going to back him.
Right.
But he can't. Attention. He's kicked me right. What are you talking about here? People start questioning. But the easiest way to get rid of him was to make it appear as though he's losing, but he's actually.
Oh, let me interrupt, because you're breaking up. So let me interrupt for a second. It has now been found out that this the poll that CNN did to see who won the debate, that poll is falling apart. Because 41% of the people sampled were Democrats and 26% were Republican.
So the sample size is wrong.
Yeah, and that's... And
you can still... I'm not going to say it's wrong. You can still use that, but you have to extrapolate for similar results for that remaining deficit of Republican supporters.
Yeah.
You have to extrapolate out. You can't say primarily Democrat and then say, the Democrats won. That's not accurate.
No, but that's how these...
Am I still breaking up?
A little bit. That's how these supposed experts are coming up with their opinion when they twist these polls. And I'm laughing because people are like, well, Hillary's leading the polls. Yeah, and you know what? I know from math that they're twisting these polls, and she's not actually winning. All the polls are now showing either Trump's ahead or tied. And I could see how they're twisting these polls, because when you look at the sample size, it's always a majority Democrat sample. And like I said, okay, so they're getting a majority Democrats. They're twisting these polls, and they still can't get Hillary winning. That's how bad she's doing. Okay, you look at the day after the debate. Trump comes down to Melbourne, Florida, and does a rally. The numbers are now in 12,000 people and several thousand outside wanting to get in. Are you still there? Nope, lost him. . He'll call back in a second, or I'll call him. That's a lot of people. That's a shitload. And Hillary can barely fill a high school auditorium, let alone... All right, here he is. Hey, NSA disconnected us.
Yeah, it would appear so. Am I clearer now?
Oh, yeah, you actually cleared out pretty good.
So you can hear me now?
Yeah. It's absolutely... I find it funny. I don't know if you saw yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. Trump did a rally in Melbourne, Florida. And they're showing the numbers that,
that was the last thing I heard.
12,000 people. And then there was...
outside.
Yeah, and there was several thousand outside. It's absolutely... what? Hillary can't even fill a high school auditorium? In fact, she had a debate, or she had a rally in Philadelphia. It was so bad they had to bus in high school students. They had to bus in high school students, and it's still, you're talking one busload was all that was there.
Well, yeah, now, and think about that. You're busing in high school students. You know they were probably told this will be counted as one of your classes or some part of your education or whatever it is. So essentially, you're forcing kids to listen to this dribble.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, how absolutely pathetic can you be? I mean, that's just, that's sad.
Yeah, but how sad is it that you have to bus in high school kids to have an audience for her to speak to? She can't even pull in people to her rallies. Yeah. She's canceled God knows how many of them because nobody's signing up. She's had to do green screens. She's had to cut the rooms in half, literally, not even half, 2/3 of a room cut. Those temporary walls put up.
I'll tell you what, if I found out that one of my kids' schools bust them into one of those conventions, I'd turn around and file a complaint for emotional distress.
I laugh, but it's truth.
It really is. I mean, honestly, one of the things I was thinking about it the other day, and I get a kick out of it. You know, the whole thing with their campaign slogans. I mean, Trump's is "Make America Great Again." All right. Clinton's is "Stronger Together." All right. So those are the two slogans, right?
Yep.
Now, the thing I get a kick out of when I was thinking about it, I'm not going to say it's 100%, but it just seems like it's leaning this way. Is Clinton's pushing on her, on her side of it that, we need better training for police because they're going after African Americans. Look at this disparity. We need better protections for this group, and we need to do this. It's like, okay, well, you're trying to make everybody stronger together. Why in the hell are you driving wedges in communities?
Yeah. That's
not stronger together. You're not building bridges. You're building walls, but you're bitching about somebody else that wants to build a wall. That's ironic. Now, Trump's thing of "Make America Great Again," everybody's attacking him for being, racist and sexist. Pretty much the only thing he keeps saying is, if it's wrong, it's wrong. If it's illegal, it's illegal. If you're not supposed to be here, you shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
But that's it. I mean, but everybody says that that's racist and sexist, which I don't get. I can never understand that mindset. He's essentially saying, you know what, this is our country. Let's make it, again, great. What's always made this country great was the diversity. He's not attacking the diversity that everybody keeps saying. She is.
Well,
if
you look at it,
fucking hysterical.
I just can't believe how they just constantly go at him screaming racist, because that's their only way to shut down the arguments, because they can't argue against what he's talking about. They have no facts to back it up. So they have to scream racist. Oh,
It depends on what he's talking about. I mean, what was it was brought up in the debate? How he's all against women because he called, one of the former Miss Americas, that was a travesty. She became Little Miss Piggy. Stuff like that. It's like, and they're like, oh, see, he's against immigrants because she's Hispanic. He's against women. He called her fat. It's like, okay, number one, that was his personal opinion. He might be a dick. He could be an asshole. Fine. He's still entitled to a personal opinion.
Yeah, but if you look at what it was dealing with, you're talking Miss Universe pageant, and there's a standard that's set for that was set way before he bought into it. And they signed contracts saying that they'll stay within certain parameters. They agreed to it. They put themselves into that situation.
Yeah, and that's all they can come up with. That's their big example? That's their example? Come on. I mean, that's like the freaking, what was it, that boneheaded teacher over in the UK. She went and filed all the suits and all the, all this crap about discrimination because she was losing her job as a school teacher because she was Muslim and wearing a hijab. She was wearing the full face covering.
Yeah.
And it comes out later that when she took the job, she wasn't wearing it. She knew the job.
I got to interrupt you. I got to stop you real quick. The Senate just took a vote on overriding the president's veto on the 9/11 victims lawsuit bill.
Oh, that's right. That was today. What happened?
They just overturned his veto. The Senate did. I think the House still has to vote on it, which I think they have the numbers. Right now, it is 61 for yes, no, 0 no's. Yep. Veto.
This would be the first override in his entire presidency.
We're going to hear how we're all racist. Everybody's racist because they overrode King God Obama's veto. He's going to throw a hissy fit. I just know it.
Yeah, the thing that's screwy with that, okay, there's part of it I can kind of see. I mean, he's saying, he said it, and some of the other politicians have said that they're worried about it setting a precedent, and foreign countries could then come after our service members and all the rest of the stuff. Okay,
no.
Hold on.
Yeah,
I can understand the reservation on that aspect of it, but let's keep one thing in mind. Number one, it wasn't the citizens of these other countries that were all up in arms. It was the people that had the money, who have been backing him and backing Clinton. That's who's been worried about this. That's who's pissed off about this. Plus, this whole lawsuit thing has nothing to do with acts of war. It has nothing to do with the war in Iraq and Afghanistan. It has nothing to do with anything other than a terroristic attack on a civilian population. Now, yes, civilians do die in armed combat. I'm not going to deny that, and yes, it sucks. But you know what? It does. It sucks. It's part of it. And I hate to draw the correlation with Pearl Harbor, but at least that was a military target. I mean, you sent the military out to the military. There were civilians there. It was mixed into a civilian population. A lot of civilians died. What they did 15 years ago had nothing to do with the military. The only military target they had was the Pentagon. That was it. And that had the lowest body count. The high body count they were after was the trade centers. So, you know what? Your argument, fuck you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And when you talk about the burqa, something popped in my head. ISIS banned burqas. In their controlled areas, the women are not allowed to wear burqas. ISIS.
Really?
Well, there was too many attempts on the leaders by people dressed in burqas, so they banned them.
So they realized the security problem?
Yes, they didn't realize it's a security.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Oh, my God. This is so sad where a terrorist has better thought of minds than our leaders. God, this is horrible. We're in worse shape than I thought.
I also love they have a right to cover their women up. It's their religion. Oh, but American women must walk around nude all the time. They must have the freedom to do whatever they want. Oh, you want them to wear a suit to work? Oh, you sexist bastard, you. Oh, you want to force women to wear a burqa? Oh, that's religious freedom. Oh, side note. And I know how you're going to go with it. By the way, it's 81-0 right now.
It's what?
81-0 the vote.
What, in the House?
No, the Senate.
Well, I thought you said the Senate already passed.
Well, yeah, it passed, but they're at 82 yeses and so far no votes against it.
Oh, nobody's trying.
0.
Oh, so the entire Senate is unanimously saying this.
So
is crap.
far, not everybody's voted yet. I mean, you're at 82, and how many senators are there? There's 100 senators. So
from everything that I've seen and heard, I think it's going to pass the House. It's going to pass the House.
Oh yeah, it has enough. I mean, they passed the original bill with a voice vote. That's how unanimous it was. So, if we remember, the Democrats threw a hissy fit and said that about the that whole gay wedding cake thing.
Okay.
That the bakers didn't have a right to deny making that cake.
Correct.
So, just this couple, I think the past weekend, they went to a group did for a cop. They wanted the thin blue line done for the cake, and the employees refused to make that cake. And you have a bunch of liberals that are running around saying, well, they have the right. If it's against their morals and they don't agree with what the cops are doing, they have a right to refuse. And I'm sitting there going, what?
No, you set a precedent
Yeah,
that they
you
don't
said
have the right.
And those employees should be fired immediately.
Well, we should be paying reparations to the other baker that lost everything.
It's oh, my
How
God.
about that?
Yeah.
Didn't see that one coming, did you?
Oh, it's holy. Oh, by the way, college tuition would be cheaper if Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton didn't get paid $350,000 to do speeches at colleges.
Cheaper if the damn colleges would stop asking them to come give speeches at all. I mean, that's the funny thing is, some of these people. I mean, if you're about educating the youth, yes, I understand you need to get paid. I mean, I'm a teacher. I get paid for my classes. But I go above and beyond what I'm paid to do to make sure my students get the best possible education and can progress. Because that's what I think teaching should be. Now, that same type of mindset shouldn't be a $300,000 tab for a 5-minute presentation. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, what some of these colleges choose for people to come in, I mean, Christ, Rutgers had Snooki come in one time. Why? And they paid her a crap load of money. For what? For her to be drunk and puke on top of her dyed-haired dog on stage? I mean, come on.
I agree. It drives me up a wall. They complain about the rich, but yet they're rich as hell. And the taxes that they want done on the rich, they'll be exempt from it. But listen, we got to go to break real quick, and we'll be back briefly. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, Red Nation Rising Radio, YouTube, Speaker, and iTunes. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying coffee is stupid, bro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mud Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense show. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do you want to support the show? Do you want to support SHR Media? Or do you just want a kick-ass fucking t-shirt? Go to reaver.one/shop. That is REAVER.ONE/SHOP. Oh, all right. We're back, Crash, for the final segment.
Yay!
We're almost there.
Yeah.
So the final vote, tomorrow, it just popped up. Well, the final vote in the Senate was 97-1 on overriding Obama's veto. And the bill now goes to the House for a vote tomorrow.
Oh, it's tomorrow? But they're
Yeah.
supposed to be voting on it today. No, that sucks. Oh, well. I don't know if there'd be an answer on it today.
Yeah, well, they got one, so you know what? They got one, so the other one will be tomorrow.
Yeah, well, it's just going to come down to whether or not, do they truly want this, or, given the fact that both passed it and put it in front of the president to begin with.
Yeah, well, like we were talking on the break, it was passed in the House on a voice vote. That's how unanimous it was.
Yeah.
So, unless Obama is able to get the ears of a couple people, I don't see.
Yeah, but he'd have to have the ears of a lot of people. How many representatives are there? There's
several hundred.
Yeah, I can't even remember the exact number, but it's still, I believe it's still a 2/3 majority.
Yeah.
So he'd have to get a lot. He'd have to get the ears of a lot of people across party lines. Wow.
435.
435. Yeah. I don't know. I don't see it. Honestly, his little tactic of trying to put that, putting that in when he did, when essentially, everybody was planning on this, lame duck starting up, where we're not, not a lot's going to be getting done in D.C. It's the end of his term. Everybody has to go on their 4-month vacation and stuff like that. He wasn't planning on everybody still being in the city when his veto actually came about, because he did that late on a Friday. Typical fashion for him. He wasn't planning on everybody being there the following week to actually be able to do anything about it. That's how he does. That's how he does most of the shit. His whole pen and the phone thing.
Well, that, and also breaking news. If it's something bad, they leak it last minute, 5, 6 o'clock at night on a Friday, or right before a holiday, so that it
The whole thing's a joke.
Sorry, I'm also trying to read to get the exact number because I suck at math. 218 is a simple majority. Super majority is 290 in the House.
And they don't need a super majority. They just need a majority.
No, the 2/3 is super majority, which is 290.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I thought. Well, I'm sitting here looking, and because I keep seeing 60 votes in the Senate, but it's 67. I don't know. There's so many little innuendos of different rules here and there.
Yeah.
So it's hard to keep up with everything right now.
Oh, technically, the majority is anything over 51%. 51% or greater is majority. If you need 2/3, that makes sense. You want to call it something different, whatever. But, I don't see him being able to pull this one out of his sphincter again.
Yeah, this is going to hurt him because at the end of his tyranny reign, he gets override on a veto. And the only reason why Democrats are doing it now because it's election time, so they don't want to look that they're against the people. If this was a year or two ago, they would have vetoed that. They would have not overrode that veto. They would have stayed lockstep right with Obama. They're only doing it to, try to kiss ass with the people.
Well, the majority of them do. The problem is with something like this, of this magnitude, is nobody's looking at that event in terms of party lines, because it crossed party lines. So if you were affected by it, you're calling your representative, regardless of what party they answer to. You're calling them and you're yelling and screaming about it. This is something outside of the normal political box that all these little tip ants are used to dealing with. They actually have to listen to the people. God forbid the representative of the people has to listen to the people.
It's a
I'm
joke.
wondering how many are going to abstain. That's what I'm curious to see.
I
want to see how many actually try to just keep their noses out of it by abstaining.
Well, you only had 2 that didn't vote in the Senate. I mean, they may not have been there, and they may not have been there on purpose.
That's not necessarily abstaining, because if you were not present, you did not vote.
Right.
If you're abstaining, you actually abstain.
Yeah, it's...
At least from what I know.
See, I don't think many are going to do it, because most of the House seats are up for grab this year.
Yeah, this is a big year.
Yeah, it's... So I think you're going to see a lot of them vote for it, because they're going to be trying to kiss the ass of everybody. And, oh, we're for the people. We care about the people. We care.
Yeah, wait. See, was this one already in the Supreme Court? I can't remember if this was heard in the Supreme Court yet. I don't think that it was.
The lawsuit? No. It wasn't.
Because that's the next thing I could see happening is if his veto gets overridden, the DOJ is going to file paperwork to have this.
I don't know if they could do that at that point.
Well, the thing is, there's lots of crap they're not supposed to be able to do. They've done it anyway. I mean, just because they can't do something, he's already proven.
I've never seen an administration, the whole government, and I'm talking both the Republicans and the Democrat from the time he stepped office, I've never seen so many rulings get thrown into court like this one. Sorry about that. Everything goes to court nowadays. Every little goddamn thing. The Democrats lose, they go to court. The Republicans lose, they go to court.
So, yeah, everybody's too happy nowadays. I don't get my way, I'm going to sue you for it. I don't get my way, I want the judges to rule on it. I mean, that's not... The courts are there to serve a purpose. This is way exceeding what their original purpose was supposed to be. And it's just ridiculous. I mean, everybody's gotten so fixated on these two-party systems, nobody's actually really communicating anymore, which I don't know. I don't get it.
Well, we're going to jump subjects right now.
All right.
Well, Hillary Clinton went on about the quote-unquote gun epidemic, which I'm getting tired of. It was pandering to weak-minded people.
Gun epidemic?
Yeah, the gun epidemic, because, the record low in gun violence is an epidemic. We've dropped dramatically. And that just, And she went on about the terrorist watch list bullshit again. That's their, go-to comment. But she talking mostly about the background checks to fix the issue. First of all, we already have background checks. She didn't mention that all these mass public attackers and alleged attackers and recent memory that they keep bringing up acquired their gun either through stealing or passing a background check. They're not talking about making a more stringent background check, none of that. It's just they're yelling out stuff to scare people when those laws are already in effect. And that pisses me off because they're blatantly fear-mongering about guns.
That's all it is. Everybody's putting it in their mind that it's so easy to procure a firearm. It's not that easy. Yes, some states are easier than other states. However, the one thing everybody needs to keep in freaking mind is if somebody has that intention with a firearm, and they're going to go procure one for an evil purpose, they're not going to get one through any type of legal channel, even if it is super easy in their state. They don't want traceable back to that.
Ah, shit. Sounds like we lost Crash again. Got a little choppy there, and seems we lost him. I'm sure, hopefully he'll call back. And NSA jumping in our conversation and trying to stop it again. I'm tired of this weak-minded no-fly list ban. It's been proven time and time again that there's millions of Americans that are put on it. They don't explain how people will be put on it. They're ignoring people's constitutional rights. They're being convicted of a crime without being tried, without even being accused, without any proof. And they're being condemned to being criminals without any proof. Listen, I don't want to see any terrorists getting guns. They've proven that they don't need guns to commit their heinous acts. We don't need to make it easy on them to commit their heinous acts. But this is a backdoor ban, nevertheless, because there's God knows how many Americans on that list. There's been kids put on this list based on names. My brother is on the no-fly list because of his name. If he flies, he has to bring a shitload of documents. He can never be taken off of it because of his name. So you want to skip people's constitutional right? They're being accused, not even accused, they're being convicted of crimes that they never committed. They won't know that they've committed any of these crimes. Well, they haven't done anything. But they won't know until they either go to fly or they go to buy a gun and you're turned down. Now, you've already paid for the gun. Now you lost your money on the gun. And now you have to hire attorneys to fight to be removed from those lists. It's a joke. If the Democrats were serious about this, they would have passed the one bill that the Republicans put forth that gave a path, an easy path, for Americans to be removed from the list. But no, they don't want that. They don't want anybody knowing how you get put on the list. Keep talking. Oh, gun violence epidemic. Oh, my God. We're record low. We're not even top 10 in the country. And don't tell me you're going to nitpick and cherry pick, because I can make the same argument to make it the safest country. Don't tell me you don't want to ban guns, because we've talked about it numerous times on the show. They're trying to ban guns. If not, they wouldn't have spent millions of dollars. The Democrats would have never spent millions of dollars on a think tank on how to ban guns. They wouldn't be trying to follow that process either. My sniffles are back. And let's get back to the debates and Trump. Because everybody, or not everybody, but a lot of people are jumping on Trump saying he didn't lower the hammer on Clinton and go after her about everything. Well, if he would have done that and attacked her, we'd be hearing how Trump hates women. Look at that. He's uncontrollable. Yada, yada, yada. They would be going after him. Hell, they're trying to go after him now because, oh, look at the facial expressions. He was uncontrolled. What do you think they would have done if he had attacked Hillary? There's been several discussions that he actually won some people over because of the fact he proved that he's not this wild man. He proved that he's calmer than appeared. Now, the next two debates, I see him hammering Hillary on a lot of them. He had to show these people that are in the middle that what they say about him isn't true. So he couldn't hammer her. There's still two debates. And the other part is he was sitting there debating Hillary and had to debate the moderator. It's the left, these liberals can't win on honesty and facts. Yet Hillary, fact checked. Who was fact checking her? Lester Holt wasn't fact checking her. And she lied first thing right off the bat. But we're going to ignore what Clinton does. All right, so the lone no vote for the override of the veto was batshit crazy Minority Leader Harry Reid, who is not up for re-election, is retiring finally. He's the one that voted no. The man should not be on the Senate floor. He should be getting medical care for his Alzheimer's. It's disgusting how they prance him out there and abuse this elderly man. I'm just... And we got like 3 days before the internet's turned over, and we're screwed, and we lose. It's... Obama has done so much to destroy this country and send it into the control of the UN. He's tried to do that with our police force. Don't take my word. Go ahead and start researching it. Trying to see if... Taking a look to see if there's anything on House Committee. The House Oversight Committee is talking to FBI Director James Comey. I'll see if there's anything on C-SPAN on that. It's a wonder that there's still anybody that is buying the bullshit and so weak-minded that they buy into the liberal bullshit. It just blows my mind. Looking through topics that are popping up and arguments. I'm still laughing about that one vote. One vote. All right, let's see. We're almost done the show, and so much more to talk about, but that's the way it goes. I laugh at all the coverage, the quote-unquote experts, as I said earlier, the quote-unquote experts saying how Hillary won the debate. And then all the online polls, which they cry about, they're not reliable, this and this and this, and they make excuses of why Clinton is losing. But I'll tell you what, if those polls were reversed, they'd be telling everybody to shut up and look at the polls. And these aren't conservative, not all are conservative sites that show he won. There's a bunch of liberal sites that show he won. Now, me personally, I think I think because, number one, he didn't attack Hillary. He kind of played it cool. That put him ahead. They both got each other on a couple subjects back and forth. I think he controlled the debate, because if Hillary tried to cut in on him, he shut her down real quick and would keep going. And he interrupted her several times with no problem. So with that, I give him the edge on the debate. As I said, she got him a couple of times. All right? She's cunning. She's been doing this for 30 years. The next two debates, I don't think he's going to be happy with his performance. And then they try to say, well, look at this. We can prove she won. She went to a victory party and he canceled his. Yeah, because he stayed around doing interviews. She ran out of that building fast as hell. And one last thing I want. Well, I don't know if it'll be the last thing, but I'm probably be the last thing. We only got like a minute left. Even my wife noticed it. When she came out on stage walking, it reminded me of a drunk. And I've been there. Where you're trying to walk straight and you're trying to concentrate real hard to walk straight. That's what she reminded me of when she walked. And my wife immediately went, she's sitting there thinking, don't fall, don't fall. I can do it, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. And that's what I saw too. It doesn't look good. With that, the show's coming to an end. As I talked about briefly in the beginning, I've had several technical issues that were beyond my control. I had some internet issues. I had to switch providers, which, God, I'm regretting on the TV part. I'm really regretting it. I'm regretting coming over to Comcast. That's going to haunt me for a while. New documents are being released and transcripts that the Orlando nightclub terrorist shooting was ISIS sympathizers retaliating for drone strikes against ISIS. Doesn't surprise me. Oh, one last other thing. I had got into it with somebody on Twitter. They were freaking out on everybody over the Cascade Mall shooting in Washington, state of Washington. I called it that it was Middle Eastern type area, Muslim, and that's what it was. And they went ape shit, of course, calling me a racist, that it's a little brown skin. No, it's not. No, there's no connection to ISIS. Well, I started linking the articles. This kid had Al-Qaeda and ISIS leaders' pictures up on his walls. He may not have had direct contact with them, but he was a sympathizer. And we're going to find out this was done on that behalf. I don't care that he smoked and he drank and he sent pictures of his little wee-wee. I don't care. That doesn't make him... That makes him a bad Muslim, maybe, but doesn't make him... That doesn't justify saying he's not a terrorist or a terrorist sympathizer. It has nothing to do with it. Most of these terrorists, the adult ones, they're known for taking drugs to hype them up so that they can really commit their act. So it's not an argument that's going to hold water with me. And as soon as I started showing those articles and popping up that this kid does have some ties, well, all of a sudden that DJ shut the fuck up and stopped calling me a racist. In fact, it's just totally went quiet. One of their friends attacked me, and I mean attacked me. Came at me. I never said anything to this person. Came at me. Fine, that's Twitter. That's the way it goes. They got so pissed off that they blocked me. So pissed off that they blocked me. And it was funny. I'm laughing my ass off the whole time. But with that, I want to have a good day. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully I have everything worked out, all the bugs worked back out. It's hard running these shows out of your house. And have a great day. Whoop, and I didn't get that set up. Never have it ready. Have a good day. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.